the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that.
What if the connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump goes far deeper than anyone thought? Leaked documents, exclusive court filings, and hidden witness testimonies, what do they really reveal? The world has long speculated about the names tied to Jeffrey Epstein's secret web of influence billionaires, world leaders, tech moguls. But one name has stood out time and again: Donald J. Trump. So what do the Epstein files actually say about Trump? Let's start with what's publicly documented. Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump were acquaintances. Both were powerful men in Palm Beach, Florida. Both were known for hosting extravagant parties. And both had access to a network of models, celebrities, and underage girls. A 2002 quote from Trump in New York Magazine stirred controversy. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." That quote would haunt Trump for years to come. The Mar-a-Lago connection. Epstein was a frequent guest at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Numerous accounts confirm this. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. One of Epstein's most high-profile accusers, Virginia Giuffre, alleged in a sworn affidavit that she was recruited into Epstein's circle while working at Mar-a-Lago. She was just 16 years old at the time. Giuffre claims that Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's partner, spotted her at the club's spa and offered her money to learn massage therapy. That interaction allegedly led to years of abuse across several countries. While Trump is not accused of direct involvement in Giuffre's case, the proximity is undeniable. His club became part of the recruitment trail, even if inadvertently. This raises a chilling question. How much did Trump know? Lawsuits and allegations. In 2016, during the height of the presidential campaign, a civil lawsuit emerged. A woman under the alias Katie Johnson filed a complaint in New York federal court alleging that Trump and Epstein sexually assaulted her when she was just 13. The lawsuit claimed that the incident occurred at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse. The woman eventually dropped the case, citing threats and fears for her safety. No evidence ever surfaced, and the claim was never proven in court. Trump's legal team called the allegations categorically false and part of a smear campaign. Still, the complaint added fuel to public suspicion. Many legal experts dismissed the case as unsubstantiated, but some journalists noted eerie consistencies in the timeline and the setting described details that matched Epstein's known lifestyle. Was it real or a political hit job? We may never know. Flight logs. One of the most discussed parts of the Epstein files is the infamous flight logs. Epstein owned a private jet known as the Lolita Express. These logs list the names of high-profile individuals who flew with him. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Kevin Spacey, all confirmed. But was Donald Trump on the list? Surprisingly, no. No known Epstein flight logs include Trump's name. That's a fact often used by Trump's defenders to claim he had no deeper involvement. However, Trump did once fly on Epstein's private plane from Florida to New York. This was confirmed in reporting by the Daily Beast and corroborated by pilot records. One flight, one time, but it still contradicts claims that Trump had no interaction with Epstein beyond casual acquaintance. The falling out. Trump has repeatedly claimed he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, but why? Court documents from a Palm Beach civil case suggest Epstein made unwanted advances toward the teenage daughter of a Mar-a-Lago member. After that, Trump allegedly blacklisted him from the club. The timeline of this fallout is murky. Some sources say the ban happened in the early 2000s. Others suggest it may have come later, only after Epstein's arrest in 2006 for soliciting prostitution from a minor. Regardless, the two men reportedly never spoke again. Maxwell and Trump. During Ghislaine Maxwell's arrest and trial, questions resurfaced about her ties to Trump. Photographs show Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago events, even posing with Melania and Donald Trump. When asked about her during the White House press briefing, Trump replied, "I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years." That quote stunned the media. Why would the sitting president of the United States publicly wish well to a woman accused of sex trafficking minors? His response ignited theories. Was it a veiled message? Was he worried about what she might reveal? But Maxwell never implicated Trump, not once in her court case. FBI files and redactions. In 2024, a fresh batch of Epstein-related documents was unsealed as part of ongoing litigation. Among them were FBI notes, correspondence, and logs of communications. Some names were redacted, others were partially revealed. In one internal memo, a former Epstein associate described politicians attending his events. Trump's name appears alongside other prominent figures, but there is no explicit accusation of wrongdoing. In fact, some documents reveal Epstein himself spoke little about Trump, focusing instead on Clinton, Gates, and foreign royalty. This only adds to the mystery. Was Trump truly uninvolved? Or did Epstein know better than to cross him? Trump's public defense. Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing related to Epstein. He said repeatedly, "I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I was not a fan." His defenders point to the lack of concrete evidence, the fact that he never visited Epstein's private island, and that no accuser has provided hard proof linking Trump to Epstein's crimes. Yet critics argue that Trump's long history in the modeling industry, his friendships with questionable figures, and his own statements paint a pattern of behavior that demands scrutiny. Political implications. As Trump gears up for another presidential campaign, the Epstein files have once again become political ammunition. His opponents cite the past allegations, the photos, the lawsuits. His supporters say it's old news, unproven, unfair, and often fabricated. The truth likely lies in a gray zone. Trump was certainly in Epstein's circle at one point. He certainly knew Ghislaine Maxwell, and he certainly had access to the same social strata where these crimes occurred. But whether he participated in, witnessed, or ignored illegal activity remains unproven. The power of silence. Perhaps what's most chilling about the Epstein-Trump connection is how many people, celebrities, presidents, billionaires, swear in close orbit to Epstein and said nothing. Why? Was it fear, loyalty, guilt? The Epstein saga reminds us of how power shields accountability. Documents are sealed, testimonies disappear, victims are silenced, and men like Donald Trump walk away untouched. But with every new file released, the truth creeps closer. The Epstein case isn't just about sex trafficking. It's about power, control, and the elite networks that operate above the law. Do the Epstein files exonerate Trump, or do they expose him? What else lies in sealed court documents? And will the public ever see the full picture? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This story is far from over.